Hello, everybody. Ben here from Happy Hannon Studios, coming at you live from the studio. Coming at you with a first ever for Happy Hannon Studios. For those of you that don't know, I went to two wrestling events this past weekend. One for Frontline Pro, one for Brew City. And I thought because I went to two back to back, night to night, I thought I would do a comparison between the two, kind of talk about which one has, in my opinion, is better at each thing. Could be a lengthy video watch, though it is going to be entertaining for sure. So we're going to start with the food. Brew City, I had a cheeseburger and fries and a Mike's Harder in a plastic cup. Versus Frontline, which had freezer pizza that was cooked. I had 4 slices and then 2 grape sodas. Pretty sure it was Fago, if I remember correctly. The winner is Brew City. I am a burger guy, but not by a lot. The burger I had, it was an Elks Club. The burger I had would be comparable to something you'd get at a county fair or a brat hamburger fry. The French fries probably all right out of a bag. And I mean, the Mike's Harder was delicious. I'd never had raspberry before, but, So while it was the winner, certainly I've had better food at other locations. Venue, Brew City was in the Elks Club versus Frontline, which was at the Salvation Army in a gymnasium. Brew City's Elks Club, very packed. They are sellout almost every time. And the seats are tight together. My legs were almost touching the person next to me. Whereas Frontline, comfortable seats for the front row. I mean, super comfortable seats. Plenty of space for everybody. Winner, Frontline. National Anthem. Brew City pipes in the National Anthem, and I applaud them for having the National Anthem play. Not every wrestling federation does. However, Frontline Pro, Crystal sings the National Anthem. I mean, National Anthem winner, Frontline, because Crystal's an amazing singer. Fans, Brew City, rabid fans. Very much like Now That's Wrestling. If you've heard any of my reviews of them, I talk about the fans almost every time. However, not very friendly to outsiders. They are very much a lot of regulars at each show. And I always like to test it a little bit and see how friendly people are. I do reviews. That's part of the experience. And the two guys sitting next to me, pretty friendly. Anybody else I tried to talk to, they talked to me, but you could tell it was kind of like, who's this guy? So, versus Frontline, off and on as far as the volume goes. Here's the example. Frontline has announcers. Because they put it on like where you can purchase like a pay-per-view. And there were times during the match that you could hear the announcer as if they were sitting right next to you, which you probably shouldn't be able to do if the fans are as loud as they should be. However, super friendly to outsiders. I talked to several of them, and they talked as if they'd known me for years, starting with these 4 ladies before we went in, and then some people around me as well. So that's really cool when they make you feel welcome. With Frontline, they don't often do wrestling events in Oak Creek, so I've got to wonder if they're louder in their home venue, probably. So this is a draw. Each had their pluses, minuses. Staff. This is a big one. When I talk about staff, I'm talking about concessions, security, cameramen, video. Brew City, concessions, very friendly. I think a lot of them were probably Elks Club members. So awesome. Security, why so many? Probably 6 or 7 security guards there. Now, I know this is in Milwaukee, but wow, that was a lot of security guards. And none of them were supremely friendly, and I guess, they are security. And one of the security guys, too, where I was sitting, they had to keep coming in and out from that spot, and so I kept having to move my legs. Again, when you're reviewing, those are things you look at. Camera guy was really good. Seemed like he was really friendly with everybody. Seemed like he was everybody's best friend. And kind of part of the act. Video guy Chris, amazing, great guy. Definitely made sure to stay out of the way of people taking pictures as much as he could, which is really cool. I'm going to do a separate video on an experience at Brew City that really kind of soured a part of the night, but I want to give that its own video, so I will do that separate. Frontline Pro. No real security that I could see. So that's kind of nice. You feel safe because you don't need security. Concessions were nice. Some kids with Josh helping them out. Camera guy was fine. I mean, he walked around, took pictures, was never really in the way. But then we come to the video guy. I'm just going to briefly touch on this. Again, I feel I should probably do a separate video, but almost constantly in the way. But I'll talk about that in a separate video where I can take a little bit more time. A winner of this one was Brew City. As a photographer, as a guy doing reviews, they were much friendlier for my ability to do that. Owners, Brew City, Frankie, been in the wrestling industry for a very long time. Frontline, Ben and Crystal, been in the wrestling business a long time. So, again, I always kind of test the owners, try to talk to him. I knew Frankie from back in the day when MEPW was around, and so I thought, let's try striking up a conversation. Yeah, he commented on it and then just kind of moved on with his day. I saw him act towards regulars, seems much more comfortable and friendly with them. Ben and Crystal, I've known them for a very, very long time, and of course got a hug from Crystal, and Ben talked to me, and yeah, winner Frontline. Performers, this would be the wrestlers. These would be the wrestlers. Now, I'm going to break down their matches in a separate video, so don't worry, I'll go deeper into that in other videos. This is about friendliness and accessibility. The Brew City wrestlers seemed like they were very friendly to the regulars. It took a lot of time. I kind of timed one, sat and talked to the regular for about 10 minutes. So I'm very, very friendly to them. However, as somebody not there often or ever before, it was hard to get to them because the regulars took up the time. Frontline, I was able to talk to several wrestlers and a manager. Again, very friendly. You could access them. They took the time and then kind of moved on to the next person. So edge there has to go to Frontline. Refs. Brew City refs seemed fine. One guy I knew from way back in the day. I can't remember what show it was that we were at, but I remember him. I thought he looked a little bit like Marilyn Manson without the makeup. The other ref I had never seen before. So they did their job good. We're there. Frontline. Travis, Ben. There was a third, but Travis and Ben specifically had the fans cheering for them as they went to the ring. You make an impact as a ref when the fans literally cheer for you, kind of like what they do for TJ. Again, was awesome. Edge Frontline, and they did a great job as refs. So Edge Frontline. Announced team. I didn't see one at Brew City. I don't think they had an announced team. The announced team at Frontline is one of the best. AJ used to be that before he moved to refs. I think it's Chris, and then of course Will is amazing. Will is probably one of the best announcers in the Midwest. So Edge goes to Frontline. Ring announcer Scott for Brew City. I know he's popular. He does Brew City. I think he does ACW as well, and I know he's super popular. A couple things for me. Again, he's a legend. A couple things for me, though. He doesn't pause after saying one fall to let the fans shout it back. And at Brew City, that'd be really, really, really cool because there's so many fans. Maybe it doesn't take away from the Brew City fans because maybe they're not used to it. But for someone who is used to it by both Josh and Crystal, it kind of takes something away. The interaction fan to the Wrestling Federation. And there were some times where it just seemed, now this reporter did find out that there were some health issues with Scott, so there's some times where it seems like it's an effort to do what he's doing. So no insult to Scott. He did a good job. Again, just some things I really enjoy that weren't there. Wouldn't matter, honestly, because he's going against Crystal, who is tied for my favorite announcer with Josh. She does the one fall, pauses after one fall, and just every time she's out there just seems passionate about what she's doing. Just a real love for what she's doing. So, the only time that'd be a tough one battle for me if it was Crystal and Josh, I was competing against each other. But otherwise, yeah, nope. So, Frontline won that. So all in all, when you kind of take the numbers, for me, Ben from Happy Hannon Studios, Frontline would be, if I had to choose one federation to go to for the rest of my life, and it was between Frontline and Brew City, Frontline would win. Definitely, I know there would be a lot of Brew City fans that would pick Brew City, and that's okay. Brew City wasn't a bad show. I'll talk about the matches in another video. and kind of break down the matches. It was a good show for my first show there. Again, something happened to kind of take put a little bit of a sour taste. So again, Frontline Pro is the winner for Ben Hannon of Happy Hannon Studios. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Comment. I love to hear what people think. That's what makes it fun for me to do these videos. Share it. Subscribe, depending on which one you're following me on. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I don't see you today, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Keep happy, everybody.